Yes, Montag.
I have he.
Rastafari, you know.
Oh, you do, man. Where the Westmoreland and Montego Bay?
Westmoreland, man.
Okay, all right. So we are talking to IAV, is one of the the coordinators or one of the members of the Coral Garden Committee that is involved in the promotion and organizing of what is taking place in Montego Bay Friday and Saturday. So it usually happens on one day. Why the necessity to keep it 2 days this year?
All right, Munta. Again, I want to say greetings to the listeners, you know.
Yeah.
As usual, in the name of His Majesty, Haile Selassie. In the name of Final Empress Adira Menen. To be specific about the question, one is the 50th. So being the 50th, I would have to do something different. But the real reason is that over the years, ones have been, coming. We have youth with musical talent have been coming amongst I. We have elders testifying. We have individuals talking about Coral Garden from different point of view, legal point of view, university, academia point of view. And we always find that we have somewhat of an overcrowded situation where ones don't get time to express themselves, whether musically or otherwise, like how they would want to. So I decided this year that, I have been saying it for about 3 years, that I really want to not just deal with the issue of Coral Garden from an educational or information point of view, but also to use the occasion as a fundraising event. Because irrespective of what is being said, at the end of the day, when the event is done, I elders who have experienced the atrocities are there still in need of help, and most times I is not in the position to give them the type of help that I want to give them. So I decided that this year would be a transformation year, wherein I would, one, use 29th, which is normally the Bad Friday, which is normally the day that I would have the function on. So I decided that this year I going to host it at Pittsford being the center, wherein I know normally I just, would I keep it like whether up a dump up or Jarrett Park or wherever. So I decided to use now being the center to host the 29th, the Bad Friday event, in the form of honoring I elders. And I decided to have somewhat of a set, food, juice, comfortable seating for ancient them. Not just some of the ancients who have experienced Coral Garden atrocities, but ancient from different mansions. So even though I deal with Coral Garden, in 1962, the government, Bustamante, did not, it never did really separate or segregate or discriminate who we went out through Operation Pan, who we went out trim, who we went out beat up and broke up and throw in a jail. The target was Rastafari. So I want to use this occasion where elders are concerned to have elders from different mansions and elders who don't belong to any mansion. So I decided to have at least 21 elders seated where I can give them some food and give them some juice, and some of them can give testimony. Along with that, I have individuals, for example, Professor Shepherd will be there, speaking from the reparation point of view, because as I know, she is chairperson for the National Reparation Commission. And as Bobo Greg rightfully said, this commission cannot address the international relation where the transatlantic slave trade is concerned without dealing with the atrocities that I and I as Rastafari and other people, because not just I and I as Rastafari experience brutality at the hands of the state, but where I and I have experienced it on a level where I and I have been singled out as a culture or as a group, and that is important to note. So she'll be there. We have individuals like Jalan and Naya. We have Clinton Hutton, Michael Barnett, Kadama Knight from the university. We have Marcus Gaff and Miguel Lana Glaya. As I know, most of them will be there playing, black music, African music. And in between the presentation, like I said, elders, testimony from the elders, and I will be having, chant groups performing poetry and so on. And then, like Baba Girl was saying, come time, then there will be an Ayabingi into the morning. Now, that is for the 29th of this Friday at 6-4 Ayabingi Center. Come this Saturday, 2 o'clock, there's supposed to be a football match over by the UDC Center that is off the Howard Cook Boulevard. This football match was planned for Jarrett Park. But owing to the fact, the type of setting that will be there, it wouldn't be able to take place there. So it is has been moved to the UDC Sports Center of Howard Cook Boulevard. Now, when it comes to Saturday, the 30th of March, and I decided that with a call from the revolutionary Rastafari in music motor, and I specifically state the revolutionary Rastafari because we have a whole heap of people with dreadlocks on their head and I say, I jump up and I call your name, but not contributing anything to the movement. And I feel that if a family has children and grow them up to the point where them done big and get job and a work out, I think them have a responsibility to them parents. But Bob sing a song, so soon you will find out who are the true revolutionaries or who are the real revolutionaries. So the time has come now when I and I will really find out who are the real revolutionaries in the music out there. I know that there are youth out there who is willing and ready as revolutionary youth in the music to contribute to something meaningful, especially as it relates to Rastafari. So on Saturday night, and I will be having some of these youth, and in the farm of, we have Mikey General, we have Coltonac, we have Major Lyde, we have Mackie Conscious, we have Tony Rebel Africa, we have Chronic, we have a host of artists, Warrior King, a host of artists. Some I don't even really want to call, but a host of artists will be there. Even those whose names are not on the flyers, we know they'll be passing through. So this is something where we charge $1,000 to come in because it is geared towards giving to the elders at least in some meaningful way. And different from even assisting the elders more time. As I know, I grew up in a Bingy house. And I know there's a pattern amongst Rastafari where I don't like to talk about money. It's as if it is a sin and a shame. Maybe we feel so righteous and so holy that we don't want to talk about money. And we don't want to say we're doing things to make money. But I used to wear crocus bag and walk barefoot and live in a rockstone wall and thatch hut. So I know I have been through all stages of living within Rastafari. And I know no organization and no movement can function effectively without an economic foundation. There are a lot of things that I and I as Rastafari need to do And without an economic base, I cannot do that. For example, this thing where the atrocity is concerned, and as I know, over a period of time, the public defender past 2 years, the public defender have been involved. Now, it's not a matter that I have confidence, Muta, and I want the listeners to realize. But I is willing to go along with the process. Knowing then that if this thing go internationally, or there's a legal battle and an international, or in the international arena, it cannot be said that the local avenues were not exhausted. That means this matter cannot be sent back to Jamaica like how you see some people in a Privy Council are sent back certain issue come down and so. So, even to do that, Muta, I need certain quality lawyers because, again, there I know that some Rastafari lawyers have been dragging their feet. And I don't want to beg individuals to do certain things. I think it will be a better, and I would be in a better position if I have money to employ individuals who have the ability to make this thing a work, to take it into the international arena and make sure that those victims of Color Garden who are alive can get what is due to them, and the families of those who have passed on can get what is due to them. And the Rastafari community, because there are individuals who did not get the beating and did not get the broke up, but who until this day have been traumatized by what he or she saw. I know Rasta brethren in Hanover who cannot stand straight because of those beating that he got 50 years ago. And I cannot live unto Rastafari and feel good and feel happy to know that these brethren have not gotten any form of compensation, any form of apology from these atrocities. Now going into the morning of the 31st, which is Sunday, as I know, Ira FM with Andrea Running African will be there live broadcasting between 6 and 10. Before I seal up, Muta, I just want to give thanks to everyone who has helped to make this thing possible. You know, starting with Ira FM as a media host with Andrea, Jai, I, and others working behind the scene, with Best FM, with Mitzi, Gary, and others, Jerry Small, New Stock, Professor Verin Shepherd, and Nationwide Talking History, Barry G, and Mellow FM, and a host of others who, in their own career, have contributed to this thing being known nationally and internationally. And are calling upon our youth, especially within the ghettos of Kinston tomorrow and all over Jamaica, to join I. Because the atrocities, like I said, and I know, is not only experienced by Rastafari. The 3 youths killed in Pickettfield were not Rastafari. Most of the youths killed in Tivoli were not Rastafari. The youths then getting beaten up and kicked down and locked up to one little spliff are not Rastafari. But this thing is not a matter that it's just a Rastafari thing, Muta. This thing is black people thing, because those who experience these atrocities are not Chinese, are not Europeans, are not Arabs. They are sons and daughters, descendants of enslaved Africans, forcefully brought here.
Yes, Reggie. Give thanks, Reggie.